at the label told this column that the news was not necessarily negative. Frankly, Savage's career has peaked to the point where he'd be more good to us dead than alive. A dead superstar is a hell of a lot more marketable than a live one on the way down. Why such vehement response to a not unheard-of business decision? Transamerica has poured millions into Savage's career and was hoping to enrich an anemic cash flow with the proceeds from his future releases. The label's financial position is so poor, in fact, that it was unable to finance the singer's summer promotional tour, and his defection could very well sound the death knell for this weakest of industry independents. Also, Savage has never ingratiated himself with the establishment in L.A., New York, or Nashville. He's not a game player, guards his family's privacy, and listens to a drummer that very few artists are able to hear, which may explain the innovative quality and wide appeal of his music, which often crosses from the country to the pop charts. June 12, 1995. Whatever Happened to My Song? June 19, 1995. Whatever happened to my song? June 26, 1995. Whatever happened to my song? July 5th, 1995. Whatever happened to my song? July 10, 1995. Whatever happened to my song? July 17, 1995. Whatever happened to my song? 1. The 6 notes that were spread out on my desk next to last month's Billboard article and the gossip column item radiated a strange and threatening quality. I studied them longer than was necessary, trying not to betray my alarm. But even if I managed a calm, professional appearance, I wouldn't fool my client. He was my sister Charlene's husband, Ricky Savage, and had been able to see through my pretenses since he first laid eyes on me some 18 years before. Besides, the notes were good cause for alarm. They'd been sent to Ricky at his unlisted home address, 1 a week since the Billboard piece appeared. The first was neatly written and centered on a sheet of plain bond paper. But with each subsequent mailing, the quality of the penmanship and coherence of presentation deteriorated, as though the writer's personality were disintegrating. Scanning them was like watching a normal person ask a simple question and, after receiving no reply, repeat it over and over while descending into madness. "Which is probably what's going on here," I said. "What?" With difficulty, I took my eyes off the notes and looked up at my brother-in-law's handsome face. Frown lines had gathered between his thick, dark eyebrows. "Just thinking aloud." "Worrying aloud is more like it." "Look, I'm not all that concerned. They're probably the work of a harmless crank, but they should be checked out." "Uh-huh. What's that supposed to mean?" "You're doing that thing with the corners of your mouth." "What thing?" "The thing you always do when you're worried or upset, or scared." "I am not scared." He smiled, the crooked, almost pained smile that was a Ricky Savage trademark, and only one of his many endearing traits. "Okay, maybe I'm projecting my own feelings onto you, because I am scared. More scared than I've been in a long time. Not so much for me as for your sister and the kids. What if this weirdo goes after one of them?" He spread his hands, smile fragmenting into anxiety and frustration. At 36, Ricky radiated that indefinable star quality and looked as prosperous as anyone I knew, but his admission that he was scared brought vividly to mind the terrified, scruffy 18-year-old who had come calling to tell my parents that he'd knocked up my little sister Charlene on their first date and wanted to marry her. To ease our mutual tension, I indulged in a long-standing private joke. "You've cleaned up nice, Brother Ricky." At first he looked startled, then said, "So've you, Sister Sharon," and motioned around my new office at the end of Pier 24 1/2. "Thanks." McCone